Since we're live.
We sure are.
Alrighty. Here we go.
All right, I posted. It's on Facebook, and now I just need to go to Twitch because I'm wondering. I really am. The only thing I can come up with is that it's because I hit affiliate and I'm supposed to maybe tinker with a few of my settings again, but not 100% sure.
Well,
Did it send out a notification to you?
yep, I got a notification.
You did?
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, maybe it'll work this time. Other than that, though, let me just get back to where I was.
Okay.
Alrighty. Oh, I can get this out of the way. Sit. Just sit for a second. I need you to sit. You know what? Sit there. Cool.
Nice.
It's gonna work. It's gonna
There
work.
we go.
Alright. Oh, let's do the old intro, huh?
Yeah. Get into it.
Yo, what up? What it doing today with your favorite Hotbox crew? As always, I'm your host Dre, and let's see what topics we get into today. Joining me, I have my little sister Courtney,
Hi everyone.
and won't be a super long episode this week, but I did want to go over something that everybody at work, at my job, and quite a few other friends, or a few of my friends have messaged me about, which is the marijuana rescheduling.
Which I'm not too knowledge on at all, so I'm definitely going to learn something today.
It's like a double-edged sword. It's got some pros and some cons, but before we get into that, how has work been?
Work's been good. So I got to do my first day on a doctor's team. So where I work, there's like extras, people just there to help out and everything, and then there's technicians that are on a doctor's team throughout the day. And I've always been an extra, just an extra pair of hands to help out. And I got to be like my first full shift just on a doctor's team on Thursday. And I did really well. It went super great. I got new glasses. Did you notice I got new glasses?
I did notice you got new glasses.
I know, and they're prescribed for the first time in like years. I stopped wearing them as soon as I got to junior high school. That was like the end of things for me for the glasses. So today they're going pretty good. Yesterday is when I got them, and they made me really dizzy.
Yeah.
And I had to take them off. But today it's been pretty good.
Yeah, they take a little tuning.
Weird, but nope, and she fit them straight to my face too. So like I can't just like pull them up past my head. Like I have to take them off and then put them up because they're like so bent to my ears.
That's good.
She fixed it like 4 or 5 times and kept like lifting up my hair and making sure that it was like fitting in the right spot. I don't know. She was a real nice lady.
Well, because the reason I say it takes a little bit of fine tuning is because, and also I'm glad to hear that she did that for your eyes, like fit them to your face, because these are my safety glasses for work, my specialized prescription safety glasses. But the other pair I was supposed to get, I forgot to order, so I still need to order them. I've just been procrastinating like a motherfucker.
Yeah, glasses are expensive.
Yeah, but I need to get my regular pair for at home, and then these will stay at work, so that I have them for
that'll
work.
Be nice.
But these weren't fit to my face, and so if I didn't have these straps that I have on them, they wouldn't stay on my face. I literally would like look like this, and they'd fall right off.
Yeah, no, mine are so snug to my face. They're also Ralph Lauren.
Ralph Lauren, nice.
I got Ralph Lauren glasses. I don't even know how I managed that. I didn't even notice because I was making sure he handed me a pair of Louis Vuitton glasses.
Damn.
I know, and I was like...
He was like, money?
Right, I know. I was like, I don't even want to know. And the side of my glasses just say Ralph. So, like, at the place, I didn't, like, really think that
yeah,
they
I'm
were
a Ray-Ban.
Ralph Lauren.
These aren't, but I love Ray-Ban.
He also handed me a pair of Ray-Ban as well. And I was trying to be cost-effective, but...
Oh, of course.
I also let the guy pick out my glasses for me, so he most definitely just grabbed the most expensive ones, so...
He went down the line. He was like Louis Vuitton? No? Ray-Ban? No? Ralph Lauren? Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, kids. Good show tonight. Thank you so much.
Hi,
I
Mom.
love you, Mom. How are you? Hope life's going well. Hope work's going good.
Our Red Wings game went awesome. We had a really fun time in Detroit.
Good. Yeah, tell me about that. How was that? Because you guys got a nice hotel, and the hotel,
We
and it looked
did.
like, even though your seats were kind of high up, I love that they have that jumbotron, the
Mhm.
thing that you can just watch the game on. Plus, the
Yeah.
energy in there looked fucking amazing.
Yeah, we were almost to the like top of the seats. Like I don't think we could have really gotten any higher, but it didn't even matter. It was a great view. You could still see the puck on the
Nice.
on the ice just fine. Red Wings frickin' won. We were I think 2-1.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and then we walked around Detroit after a while. It was my first like time getting to be in Detroit as a 21-year-old.
Right.
So like I actually got to like go to bars. I got to have a drink while I was like at the venue watching the game.
Mm-hmm.
It was really actually a great time. We went to the casino in Detroit, which I had never been to that. Their minimum bet on the blackjack tables was $20.
Same as Soaring Eagle.
So,
Found that out.
Yeah, we did not play blackjack. We did not play blackjack. I went on like the digital table, which I hate playing those because they're rigged. Without a doubt, they're rigged.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, but I feel the exact same way.
And so every time she'd win, I'd be like, "Yeah, of course you did. Of course you did. Like, you were kidding. You knew I was gonna do that." And so, I got up. I put a 20 in. I had 40, so I was like, with the extra 40 that I made, I was like, "Frick it, I'm gonna go to the real blackjack table and spend my $20."
Right.
Lost firsthand. Walked away. And then we walked back to the hotel room. I was like, well, that was enough to bum me out. So
Right.
we left, and we were walking back to the hotel. We saw a fat ass rat, like the fattest rat I've ever seen in my life, just like right next to our hotel. And then got back to the hotel, pretty much like fell asleep immediately. I ate a bunch of leftovers from the dinner we had previously, like prior to the game.
Right.
Ate that in like a drunken haze.
That's always how you do it.
Yeah.
Food tastes so much better that way.
Yeah.
And I hate
And
being
went
drunk.
to bed. But we went to the restaurant called Fishbones. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it was connected to the hotel. Like, you didn't have to walk outside to get to it. It was connected right in there. And I don't know, it was really fun. At one point, we after the game, we went back to our hotel for a brief, really quick second, I think, and then we walked to an Irish pub.
You're good. I'll comment on it in a second.
Okay, period. Sorry, reading a comment.
Yeah, me too. You're good. I was gonna say I'll comment on that in a second.
Yeah.
1 sec, Ma.
What was I saying? Do you remember?
You said at one point you and Mom.
I remember now. I remember. That was all that I needed. At one point throughout the night, we had like stopped back at the hotel really quickly. The lady that we had went with, she had her little weed pen, so I ripped on that, and I don't think I realized how much I had ripped on it, because by the time we got to like the Irish pub, I was like falling asleep sitting there, like I was ready to go to bed, and they forced me to drink a Red Bull and eat potato chips, and it saved me. It saved me at like 10:30 at night. I was like ready to go to bed, while the rest of the women I was with were just like still ready to.
The night's just started.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. The old Red Bull and potato chip method.
It really worked.
Never fails. That's fucking awesome. I just remember seeing the video that you tagged where Mom is standing and like it looks like where everybody's leaving and she's just like, woo!
Yeah.
And everybody's wooing with her.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is some fucking energy right there.
Yeah, it is. It was really good. They were doing the Ric Flair drip woo.
Toph and I finally made it. Hey, is that Chris and Lizzo? I'm just wondering. But either way, thank you for making it. I love it. I'm glad to see you guys here. And Darian, do you remember going to Detroit with Kathy and them and staying at a hotel when you were like 3 or 4? Kathy's van broke down on the way back. We stayed at that hotel. I was a crying wreck. No, I do not remember that. However, I do remember when it comes to breaking down, I remember. I knew it. I knew it was you guys. I'm glad to see you guys in here. Thanks for coming. Love you. I hope that Emberlin's doing well. Um, but no, the one breakdown I do remember is I think when we were on our way back from Georgia and we sat on the side of the road until Grandma and Grandpa came and got us. To me what felt like fucking years. Like I felt like we were sitting on that side of the road forever. But I couldn't tell if it was from Georgia that we broke down or something. But it was me, mom, your dad, and we. I'm not sure if you were in the picture yet or not, but I think they were going to a NASCAR race because your dad used to take mom
Yep.
to NASCAR races and
That
stuff like
sounds
that.
accurate.
And I'm I don't remember what happened, but I remember that I was sitting on the side of the road and I was just sitting there kicking my legs, watching cars drive by, and just trying to not bore myself, but just laying there for hours waiting for Grandma and Grandpa to finally pull up in the van. And I was like, "Yay, sustenance!" Is like fucking. But no, I don't remember the trip to Detroit. I've only been to Detroit maybe 2 or 3 times, and I've never been to Detroit to actually just hang out. I've either driven through Detroit or I've stopped there to grab stuff.
I've
And
never
then
been there
leave.
for more than a day.
Hmm.
Like most of the time, it's less than 24 hours. Like I go down there for a concert or an event, and then next day I'm leaving, or I leave that night.
Yeah, I definitely want to. And see, I don't know much about hockey. I have a coworker, Lexi, who loves her, not, what is it, Tampa Lightning, something like that. But she watches every game religiously, and she's big on hockey. And
I know
kind of
nothing about hockey.
same. She's as big on hockey as mom is on football. And
Yeah.
I try to get into it, and I can get into it once I understand it. And she tried explaining it to me. She left before I could actually get the full scope of how hockey's really played and stuff like that. But no, I love sports. I think they're extremely interesting, and it's great when you're there because you feel the energy of the crowd and the game itself.
Right. It doesn't matter if I don't know the game or love the game or whatever the game. If I'm there in person, I'm gonna act like I've been watching it my whole life.
And me forgetting my lighter. I fucking love myself.
No way.
Yeah, I was like, what am I missing from this puzzle? I'm missing a lighter because I keep taking it upstairs afterwards because I put it in my pocket.
Oh.
We didn't break down. Me and her dad got in a fight and we pulled over and I got out with you trying to figure out what to do. Finally had to suck it up and get back in car. No one came. Really? What?
Trauma dumping.
No kidding. That's nuts. That is crazy. Man, it's crazy how my mind remembers things. All right. T-minus 5 seconds. I just gotta go grab a lighter. I promise.
All right. Well.
I swear to God.
How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's having a good day. Brief intermission. Darian forgot his lighter. The wind is crazy outside. Anyone that lives around this area, the wind is probably blowing at least 60 miles an hour. I almost got blown away on my way here. It's insane. But the roads are pretty clear, honestly. Other than that, everything's a sheet of ice as well, if there is anything on the road. Started watching One Piece, you guys.
Ooh, glad I came back in time to hear that.
Yeah, I started watching One Piece, which I...
What do you mean by started, though?
No, I'm sorry. Wait, no, I lied. It's not One Piece.
What?
It's
oh
not
my
One Piece.
God, what
it's
is
One
it?
Punch Man.
Fuck
Sorry.
you.
The one made me confused, and I folded under pressure.
Fuck you.
I folded under pressure.
One Punch Man's great. I haven't watched season 3 yet, even though it just came out. So is it coming out episode per episode, or you said you just started it?
I just started it. I used to watch it way back when, but I don't think they even had season 2 then. So it was just season 1, and so I've just started over, and it's honestly so good. It's really awesome. I just finished the first season.
So, I mean, I definitely should look up a little more I'll look up more to give you a better answer, but I'm pretty sure that One Punch Man was specifically just made because of Dragon Ball Z. Like,
it reminds me of that a lot.
Well, because in Dragon Ball Z, the whole point of that show is that through hard work and determination, you can always surpass your current goals and you can always get stronger. Like, there's never a real cap. As long as you keep training and doing your best and believe that you can get better, you will get better. But in One Punch Man, the whole point of the show is exactly the name of the show. Like, that's why when you're watching the show, 10% of the show is about him. The other 90 is about all these other people around him and how they're like, the situation they're going through is this huge struggle. Like, you see people do incredible things, and then they bring in a monster, and the monster is whooping their ass, and you just watched how incredible these people are. So you're like, oh my god, that monster's unbeatable. There's no way that could ever get beaten. And then in comes, bless you, bless you,
Oh my gosh.
bless you. Wow, 3 of them.
Excuse me.
I'm jealous. But then in walks Saitama, yeah, fucking One Punch Man, and with it, one punch, and it's dead every single time.
I know. I just actually watched his first real fight where, like, he didn't get him in just one punch.
Was it the very end fight of the first season?
Yep.
Yep. That's a funny fight because technically it was, but wasn't. Like, even the Thing said when he put himself back together, I can't get hit like that again. Well, it's going to happen.
I know. I love how he's, like, consecutive, normal punches. And, like, they always, like, explode.
Because he's always, he's like, every superhero or every cool hero always, like, says the name of the attack. Like, they all have cool attack names and stuff. His is regular punch, super serious punch, and it, like, splits the fucking sky and shit.
Yeah.
Ridiculous stuff. But I love that show. I can't wait to start watching season 3. Speaking of shows that Chelsea finally agreed we can start watching, because there's 4 episodes of Stranger Things out, season 5.
I'm so glad you were. I was gonna bring it up.
I haven't watched any. See, that's why I said I'm glad I got to it before you. I haven't watched a single episode.
You know, Stranger Things is so special to me because growing up, every time it would, like, come out on a holiday. And so Halloween, I was in school, and I just remember all the kids, they were like, yep, going home tonight to watch the season of Stranger Things. And we literally all, as a collective of kids, would go home and watch the whole season of Stranger Things and talk about it the next day. Then the next season came out on the 4th of July. And I always go to Frankfurt for the 4th of July. And all of my family's there. And we probably watched the whole season in just one day. And so it feels like so nostalgic watching it and, like, remembering literally exactly where I was at, what I was doing. It was always, like, a super big deal to go watch the new Stranger Things season.
That's cool.
So, like, it's so special to me.
Good, because I love it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm always late to the bandwagon. Like, people are like, you gotta watch this, you're gonna love it.
Stranger Things was the only thing I've ever done that with.
They're like, you gotta watch this, you're gonna love it, I promise. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. And waited, like, until the series was done. And then people were talking about something else, and then I'd go back and watch it, and then I'd come to work, and I'm like, bro, that Stranger Things is fucking amazing. Like, and they're like, yeah, that was like 2 years ago. What do you mean?
Yeah.
So I was late to the party with Demon Slayer, and I had friends upon friends tell me, you need to watch it. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And then I watched it as soon as season 3 came out.
We'll watch it when it's no longer cool.
Yeah, as soon as season 3 came out, right before the movies came out, I still have to go see the movie Infinity Castle, but when season 3 came out, I was like, all right, I guess I'll decide to watch it. And they had just finished season 3, because you know how Netflix is, they release season per or episode per episode.
Yep.
It had just finished up, so I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'll try it.
Right.
2 episodes in, I'm like, I'm watching every episode right now.
Yes.
So I got hardcore into it. What up, Joe? Hold up.
Hi, Joe.
Hold up. We didn't break. Okay, you remember the breakdown? We were under the Tippawasee River. Yes. Windows whipping trash can was down again by the time you were gone 2 minutes ago. Yes,
I was talking about the weather. Talking about the trash can.
Yeah. That's crazy.
While you're
It was meant to make fun of it. Dragon Ball Z, that is. Yeah, I knew it. Because Alyssa and Chris, they also watch anime. And Chris is big on anime with me. We talk about it all the time. I know it's Chris from work. I know I need to see Infinity Castle, bro. I'm going to watch it. Me and Chelsea are talking about we're going to need to get a babysitter probably, but we want to go because it's still in theaters. They're keeping it in theaters and not any theater around here. So we're going to have to take a trip.
Oh, yeah. You guys should definitely do that.
But we definitely want to because I know it's so good. What's up, Joe? How you been? HotBox is going pretty good so far, bro. You got to let me know when you want to come on. Next week, I will have my buddy John, the drummer, on again, and possibly a couple of old friends, tattoo artist friends on here. I'll let you know later. I just don't want to give away the big surprise. But
I think I may be picking up what
yeah.
you're putting down.
But I've been asking a few other friends if they wanted to come and talk about their careers and what they've been through because they've been through some shit and
Yeah.
seen a lot of really cool views and a lot of cool, exciting things. And I'd love to get their input on how they got there, how it even came about, what took them there.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that. And get on it. It's so good, Lissa. I know it is. I'm going to, I promise. But yeah, so Demon Slayer I was late to. Stranger Things I was late to. Jujutsu Kaisen I was late to. And if you haven't watched that, that's a super good one.
No, but it sounds familiar. First in chat.
It's just bullshit.
Oh. Cheap viewers on stream, boo.
Yeah, it's like a bot or some shit. By the way, it is December 20th on a Saturday, and I have to work tomorrow because Christmas happens to be on our final day off. And so for us to get Christmas off, we have to make sure the room is still cut down, and so we have to go into work tomorrow to cut the room down. Granted, the cool part about it is that as soon as the room is cut down, we can leave. But until then, we have to work tomorrow. So that's another reason why the channel won't be this video won't be so long. Solo leveling, dude. Chelsea showed me solo leveling, and I fell in love. I was like, this is the coolest shit ever. You gotta watch it. It's basically about a guy who, like, in this world, everybody when you're born and when you grow up and do stuff, you have like a certain level of power, and you usually never really come out of it, no matter how hard you train. If you're an A rank, you're an A rank forever, pretty much. There's literally almost no way to go up or down. Okay. And then you have very little S ranks. And then this guy, he dies in a dungeon, and right before he dies, the dungeon, it's just like a video game, like a game thing pops up and says that, like, would you like to be reincarnated there or something like that for something else? And I'm not explaining it good enough, but he says yes, and basically the game keeps him alive, and now he can actually level up. Oh. So he's leveling up constantly, even though he still shows that he is a D rank or an E rank, something like that. And usually they're only brought into raids, into dungeons and stuff to like carry people's stuff and gather materials. Yep. But nobody can see that he's actually super fucking strong until all of a sudden he starts attacking things, or he drops the act and goes in. But he's like over in level S now, and like where me and Chelsea are at. But it still reads that he's just D. He just got it. It's just a great show. You're gonna love it. And the new season of that comes out soon. Record of Ragnarok. Record of Ragnarok is also a wicked anime. It's basically about the gods.
Like the Greek gods?
In a way, all gods. Shiva, Zeus, Hades. And they're fighting us, humans. Because the gods collectively agreed one day that humans don't need to be around anymore. They're just taking up space. We're going to kill them all. The Valkyries chimed in and said, sounds like y'all are some pussies and are scared to fight him. Like, you should fight him in Ragnarok, which is a it's basically like a trial by combat. Okay. And they were like laughing at it at first because they're like, yeah, what human's ever gonna beat a god? And you're even thinking right, but they're like, what, are you scared? And Zeus didn't like hearing that shit, so he's like, yeah, let's do it. And the Valkyries can use their power called Voltari or Volgar, something like that. It's a weird word, but it basically just means that they become the user's perfect weapon, and they have the power to kill a god. So now it's like a tournament, and you have like Thor versus this old-timey guy that used to live in the 1500s, and then you had like Hercules versus Jack the Ripper. And I know it seems crazy, but they are so good, and the fights they keep you on edge. Like, my favorite one so far was Zeus versus Adam, like Adam and Eve. So Zeus fights Adam, and Adam hates the gods. Nobody hates the gods more than Adam because of Hades, or not Hades, somebody else. The whole story about how she was tricked into eating the apple, and so she was cast out. Well, in
Yeah.
this one, she was tricked by the snake to eat the apple, and after they kicked her out, he, who wanted to be with her because he loved her, that she's his perfect other half, he decided, fuck the gods, and he took every apple off of the tree, came into their courtroom where all the gods were talking about banishing her, and bit every single apple and spit it out on the ground.
Oh
And
my
threw
gosh.
it, bite, spit, throw, bite, spit, throw every single apple that was off the tree.
That's funny
And
as
told them
hell.
they can go fuck themselves, and that if they're gonna banish her, you better banish me too. And they did, and they went and lived their life, and that's how we were born. And so, it's great. Trust me, you're gonna love it. It's a great show. Man, I love that. I love anime so much.
I know. I stopped watching it for a long time, but I honestly haven't been very good at watching shows in general. So,
Well, when you decide to man up and watch some One Piece,
man up. Yeah, probably not.
oh come on, it's so good. I understand that it's long, but once you get around episode, and this is gonna sound crazy, once you get around episode 80 to 100, you're like, all right, this is good. Then when you get around episode 3 to 600, you're like, I literally will never stop watching this show. And then everything past it is just like gold. Like, I remember crying my eyes out over the Kuma backstory because it's basically like I had just become a dad. My daughter was just born, and they were releasing episodes about Kuma, who the girl he was in love with got captured by the. Spoiler alert ahead for anybody who's actually watched One Piece or is in One Piece. I apologize.
Spoiler.
Tune out for about 2 minutes. But there's these people called celestial dragons, which are the rich people, the rich of the rich.
Mm-hmm.
And so the celestial dragons captured her, and next thing you know, she gets away, and she has this disease that they apparently give to people, and she's dying, but she's got her daughter in her hands, Bonnie, and she comes back and tells Kuma to please take care of her daughter, and Kuma takes care of her daughter as his own and loves her with all of his heart, and then Kuma later on gets turned into a full robot and he dies basically because he gets turned into a robot to work for the government because that was the only way they wouldn't kill Bonnie. So now Bonnie's living her life, but they lied and they're trying to kill her. But he's mindless and gone. And the whole time you're just watching all the episodes, though, it's just him being a dad and fatherhood and all that. And I just remember like bawling my fucking eyes out. And like, being a dad is just amazing. And then the emotions that he was from just the show, it's just a great show. Trust me, I can go on all day about it. Actually, I plan on doing a podcast where I have my like 3 to 4 closest friends that are all caught up that know everything that I know about it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
And we're gonna go in on some theories and talk about shit.
I'm good on this.
All right, you want me to roll another one?
I'm down.
All right, cool. I'm down because I was already kind of halfway there. So yeah, there's some animes out there that are great, and I understand if some people it's not your cup of tea, but it really does have like the greatest storylines ever. Shit, Samuel L. Jackson keeps up with One Piece and knows about
Really?
it. Yeah, he loves Oda's
That's
work.
funny.
Yep.
Have you ever watched The Last of Us?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm all caught up on The Last of Us. Actually, the
Mom
new
and I
season's
as
coming.
well.
The new season is coming.
That's actually.
I think I'm all caught up. I'm pretty sure I'm all caught up.
That's one of Mom and I's favorite shows.
Really?
The Last of Us. New season.
Yeah, The Last of Us is a good one. When it comes down to like zombie type apocalyptic shows and environments, that's the one show that I think got the closest to scaring everybody, because they're like the whole thing that started everything is cordyceps.
Right.
Cordyceps is a mushroom that's in our world.
Yeah.
It's in people's tea and mushroom coffee and stuff like
Yep.
that. Cordyceps is a thing. It's just that the difference is that cordyceps can't survive in our body temperature. And so the whole point of that show is, what if it could?
Right.
And the answer is, if it could, we're fucking doomed. Like,
Yeah.
we'll never come up with a cure because it's constantly mutating itself faster than we can ever keep up with. And so that kind of thing was like perfect. I was so like, okay, this is cool. This is crazy. But I also played one of the games. I didn't play the second one. I played the first one.
I just looked it up, and The Last of Us isn't planned to release until 2027.
God damn, I love how they're doing that. We
Yep.
can wait 2 years just because. That's why Stranger Things went from, oh, look at these kids 5 years later. Look at these fucking adults.
Yeah.
Like, or 5 seasons later, not 5 years. It's fucking crazy. But
And I guess they're planning to do like production early of next year. So, I mean, I don't even mind.
Right? I mean, I don't
They're
mind the
so
wait.
good.
Also, I have to catch up on the It movies. I was told by my friends at work because two of my friends have been completely obsessing over this Welcome to Derry show.
Yeah.
Which is basically about Pennywise. It's
right.
like
I've seen
guy.
commercials for it, so I have like an understanding of what you're talking about.
See, I never watched any of the It movies.
I watched the first one, but the first one only.
I haven't even watched that, so I'm going to watch the remastered first one because I heard the original first one is kind of. I like to be scared, so I want to see something kind of good. So at least I'm gonna watch the remastered. I might get to the old one after I'm done getting all caught up, but for the most part, I just want to understand the storyline. And I also didn't know this. You know that It is a Stephen King's novel.
Right.
Well, Stephen King, I didn't know that all of his books, all of his stories, all of that ties in. They are all in the same universe. Every book he's ever wrote, every movie that's come out, they are all the same universe. They all tie into each other. Each one has to do with another one. Oh yeah, it blew my fucking mind. Because I mean, I've seen so many. I've seen a bunch, just not any of these ones, any of like the It's or anything like that. But I've seen Cujo. I've seen. Oh come on! There's so many Stephen Kings I can't think of. I'm just not.
That's
good.
really interesting.
Man, I'm gonna have to look it up. But I do love the storylines, and I love people that can make their stories connect.
No, that's actually really intriguing.
It's different movies, different stuff, but it all ties in somehow. Kind of like Disney. Disney does the same thing.
Yeah, I think I would I want to like look something up on YouTube and watch that. Like watch a little timeline, something.
Oh right, like where they tie it all in and show you where like where it started and
where they break
how
down
it ties
just
in.
To the nitty gritty.
Yeah, everybody at work's been talking about that too. There's like you can find 20-minute videos where it'll break it down to you, and I still have to watch one. I like stuff like that. I'm also big on anthologies. You know what those are?
No.
Anthology. You probably do, just not the term, the smart word term anthology. But it basically means that like the show, each episode is its own whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Love, Death, and Robots or Black Mirror.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I love stuff like that. And what? Must have hit your head a lot harder than you thought, didn't you, Bob? Dude. Okay, so I was just talking about Welcome to Derry. Ace has been nonstop talking. He's one of those friends that's been nonstop talking about Welcome to Derry. Well, he showed me this part that's in it, I guess, and it's where you know that Pennywise, it is a fucking almost a god. Like he's this being that lives outside of time and space and shit like that, as well as just being this weird creature that's known as a deadlight, something like that. And I don't know anything like this because I haven't watched it, but I'm just going off of what they've told me.
Right.
And so you have this cosmic being that's like God level almost. And in a bar, he's yelling at this dude going, I am a god, an eater of worlds. And the guy that he's holding on to, this drunk old man, smacks his bitch ass up twice and goes, you must have hit your head a lot harder than you thought you did, didn't you, Bob? Oh. And I just remember laughing so hard at work because even if I didn't understand, I understand that he's a cosmic being and you just smacked up a god, basically. Something about that tickled me. And I laughed so hard. And so I definitely got to watch the show. And Mom talking about the bear. Bad part is we can stream them all in a day. And then wait another year or two. Yeah, that's what sucks. And that's why I also don't like that they're doing the whole release episode per week. It's like I might as well just watch it on fucking TV. Be a streaming service. Let me watch it all. I'm here to binge, damn it.
Yeah.
But I get it because it keeps people more in tune for longer.
Well, yeah, I honestly love it. Like when the first season came out, it was like a big deal for me, and so literally I would have like everyone at the house at the time that episode was coming out because we were all watching it, and
that's awesome.
I enjoyed it. It was like the part of the week that I looked forward to.
A TV show that I'm like that. It's almost like I'm Watching the football game. Is Survivor.
Oh, okay.
I've
never been able to get into Survivor.
I didn't know what it was until 4 years ago. I had no idea. Can't wait to give you guys your gift tomorrow. I know, bud. Don't worry. I'm excited for it. And worried. Huh?
Did you see the mac and cheese I made?
No. Oh, wait. Yes, I did. Was it in the big metal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. That was wicked.
I made some really good mac and cheese yesterday, you guys. If you guys know Teeny, I made Teeny's recipe.
Mom said Sunday nights every week.
Yep.
Yep.
It's my favorite part.
Yep. Wednesdays are when Survivor comes out. However, we watch them with Nina, so we usually just hold off and watch them with her because she's my
I
Survivor.
love that.
Yeah, she's my Survivor partner.
I love that.
I don't think that her old man and Chelsea get into it as much as we do because they're not into it. And I mean,
Right.
I'm applying to go on the motherfucking show because I'm like, dude, this is something I'd love to do. Like,
it's cool.
It would be so much fun just to go out there and fuck around and outwit, outlast, and outplay. You're not the one that should be worried about his gift tomorrow. Okay, cool. I'm all right with that. Gavin's gonna get a bazooka or some shit.
Oh gosh.
No, Survivor's just great. I like I said, up until 4 years ago, I had no idea what it was, and then it was on the TV at Norm's house, and they were watching it.
You were like, wait a fucking minute.
And I was like, for some reason, dude, nobody was paying attention to it. Everybody was talking, but I wasn't in the conversation, so I just decided to go and watch the show because I was like, what is this? Because I like Survivor, not
Right.
Survivor, but surviving outdoor type things.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, these people seem to be outside. They're in a little camp. What is this? And I asked Norm, I'm like, what is this? And he goes, Survivor? I'm like, what the fuck is Survivor? And everybody in the room was like, what? Like, you don't know what Survivor is? And I'm like, actually, now that I think about it, and it was weird. It was like a memory from my high school. It hit me. I was in like 8th grade, walking through the high school halls, and people are talking about Survivor and how they watch it with their parents. And my parents never missed Survivor, this, that, and the other. And I remember vividly sitting in the lunchroom hearing people talk about Survivor.
Right.
And I was like, oh, and that's when I asked, how long has the show been out? And he's like, for fucking ever. So I'm like, shit, dude, I think I've heard about this from kids at school, but
right.
I've never gave a fuck about it. So he's like, yeah, basically, these like 16, 18 people go on here, and they all try to like outplay each other for $1 million. And in the end, it takes the people 11 of the people they voted out to really vote who wins. And I'm like, oh, that's a weird concept. So we decided, he's like, I can't believe you never watched it. So he took me back to season 1, and we kind of watched some of season 1. And in
Right.
season 1, first off, the first 12 seasons are crazy different than everything else. There were no immunity idols. There were no meal rewards, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was just strictly survive out there with your own campfire and your own stuff. Like, you actually had to survive out there. Now the only big thing that happens is that you don't eat. Like, that's about it.
Yeah.
You don't eat. That's the most real thing about that show, is that if you don't win a food challenge and you don't know how to really fish out there or you don't get the fishing supply, and you're not trying to hunt or do anything, which nobody does because they're too worried about relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really just go off, because then people might think you're looking for an idol. Now in today's episodes, before it was way different. So watching the first 10, 12 seasons was like, wow, that's crazy. And then they brought in immunity idols and stuff and changed up the game. And then it got crazy. And I've seen people on there, we've seen millionaires go on the show just because they wanted to see if they could do it. And it's just I've watched all 49 seasons. They put out 2 seasons a year, and I have watched every fucking season.
Yeah.
And
I remember when I think you and Mom used to watch it all the time.
yeah, me and Mom were going hard on it for a long time, because
Yeah.
while I was staying there, I was like, let's watch this. And Mom would get into it, and we would watch every episode of the season. I would still go back and watch wherever she remembers and go back, because it's just like, it's so fucking nuts. However, like, when you see the person who won, that like somehow stays in your brain forever.
Yeah. Do people come back on?
Yep, actually, the world's greatest Survivor player, Boston Rob.
Good.
All right. Boston Rob's been on Survivor over 180 days, 170 something days, which is like, he was on like 4 or 5 seasons of Survivor.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because in the beginning or towards the middle, they had this thing where they wanted to bring back people that were popular all the time. So Russ, Rufus, Boston Rob, Ozzy. Ozzy's another big one. Dragon or or Coach, but these people got brought back a lot. Okay. And Ozzy's, they're all of them, almost all of them I just named, except Rufus, Russ, and Boston Rob are not coming back on season 50 because season 50 is going to be a big hurrah. Okay. And they're going to be bringing back a lot of old people, and I think it's like one to two people from every other season, something like that, and then it's the most populars. Boston Rob said he didn't want to be on it anymore because he wanted to give other people a chance. So that's the only reason Boston Rob won't be on. Plus, he's also won one, and then his wife won one.
Oh.
So, really nuts.
That's cool. Mom says Rob used to climb the coconut trees, right? Was he the one that climbed coconut trees?
There's a few of them that climbed coconut trees. Like, what was his name? You or it was You or Yang, something like that. But I'm sorry. It's okay. But he used to climb trees and stuff. Oh, and then there was this one guy who, Carter or something. I'm gonna have to look up a lot of these. He climbed a tree when they were playing hide and seek for fun, and this is just 2 or 3 seasons ago. And he just climbed. They were playing hide and seek, and he climbed to the top of the tree at their base and sat there. And once everybody was found and they couldn't find anybody else, they were sitting all back at camp, and they were like, "Has anybody seen him?" And he just goes, "Hey!" And they all look up, and they're like, "Holy fuck!"
Dude, that was literally me for that engagement.
Yeah, that photo where you were up in the sky. Yeah, that was nuts.
Recently, I helped record a video for my best friend's brother's engagement, like him proposing. And I climbed like 6 feet into a tree, and they couldn't find me. And once they seen my friend Liz right off the bat, and they were like, "Where's Courtney?" And they were like looking around, and I was like, "Hey guys." I was like up in the tree, and they like didn't even see me.
That's nuts.
Didn't even see me.
Fucking crazy.
I had the most fun time.
That's awesome.
It was a lot of fun.
It's memories like that stick in your head, though.
Yeah.
Man, I love all my boys' weddings. Getting to go to Brian's wedding was crazy. That night was a lot to me because a lot happened that night. And before I even talk about most of that night, I want to talk to Brian and Tori and see if it's all right if I talk about some things that happened that night, because it was just great. To me, it was all great. It was wonderful. It all worked out amazing.
Yeah, man. I think the night before I had gone to that, I was tripping.
Were you?
Yeah, the day prior. I was, and I think it was my first time ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wicked.
And then the next day.
You went to a wedding.
Yeah.
Still had that buzz on your body.
Probably.
Oh, for sure. My first time, I was up for 2 days.
I don't know. I don't remember, like, feeling any sort of way. Like.
I remember feeling like somebody hit my head with an axe and split it open.
No, actually.
Let a whole bunch of questions out and answers.
I don't think it was my first time then. It must have been like maybe my second time or something. I'm not sure. Because the first time that I ever did it, my head did feel like it was trying to explode out of my head.
Yeah. No,
it was the worst pain I've ever felt.
Oh, see, I don't mean pain. I just meant like my head felt like I was finally thinking the way I should have been thinking. I was having one of those. I'm one of those stereotypical.
The worst headache.
Oh, I didn't. My first trip, I felt like one of those stereotypical trippers where they're like you're gonna see the world in a different way, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. No, fucking fully understand. Also, you ever heard Pill in Ibiza? I took a pill in Ibiza.
Yeah.
To show Avicii I was cool.
Yeah.
The line. And when I finally got sober, I felt 10 years older, but fuck it was something to do. Right. That resonated with me so hard because that's how I felt after my first trip to acid. I felt like I had gained 10 years of knowledge overnight, and I was finally looking at life the way I needed to look at it, which was like, bro, you can be happy. Like, you can find happiness.
Right.
You can understand. I never understood that my body could feel that kind of happy. And I'm not trying to promote the drug at all. I'm just saying, in me, it made me understand that I can actually find this happiness, and I'm going to go find it. And from then on,
it exists.
And I told Mom, like, I said, if you ever wanted to know what my first day tripping was, I said, do you remember the day I called you crying and just telling you I love you so much? I'm so sorry I was such a shithead, and I'm so sorry I didn't understand what you were going through, and I didn't understand that you were just a person and you were a kid too that just turned into a parent. Like, I just apologized and told her I love you so much. Like, I was tripping. It was literally, I was up 24 hours. I called her at like hour 18 when I'd like come down a little bit. But then for the next like 24 hours, I was just straight awake, just thinking about all kinds of shit. And it was nuts. But now I don't do them because I have panic attacks.
Yeah, I haven't done it in many, many, many,
Becoming
many
a dad
years.
and having that one mushroom trip really fucked me up. Never used to have anxiety or panic attacks until then, and now everything I've read is like, yeah, one day if you do have them, it's like a switch has been turned and it just doesn't turn off.
Yeah.
So it happens more often, and I'm like,
pretty bad.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But it's probably for the better, because at the time it happened, man, even my friends were like, we were gonna have a talk with you, because they were like, it was like a solid year and a half every single weekend. I was
Oh my gosh.
tripping on acid or mushrooms or both at the same time. And then I was starting to use it as a crutch. And so my friends were like, when I told them, hey, so this thing happened, which started off to being the greatest trip ever, and then turned into the scariest thing in my entire life. So I don't think I can do it anymore. They were like, well, that's good, because we were going to talk to you about how you probably should slow down and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, oh, well, thank you. I said, thank you for being honest with me, because I thought so too at one point. But
what is the emoji that she's using? I cannot tell.
she's trying to use a different emoji, but if the emoji isn't in the actual...
Oh, okay. It's a little robot.
No, see, it isn't though. Like, I found this out. If it's an emoji that's not actually part of the Twitch's emojis, it'll turn up as a little robot. It's weird.
It looks like a clown emoji at first. I couldn't really see it from all the way over there.
She says, yeah, I hated that, but I can't tell which part she's talking about.
Word. Me neither.
But, alright, one thing I did want to go over.
We're getting into the nitty gritty, you guys.
I want to go over marijuana's new rescheduling, because everybody at work's been talking about it. And I decided I wanted to see what it really meant and what we were looking at. And so, let's talk about it. So, marijuana is being rescheduled by the federal government, and it's a double-edged sword, basically. And what we're getting at here is that when it comes to what rescheduling actually means or what it's going to change, rescheduling doesn't mean that weed is federally legal. It just means that the government is finally admitting marijuana has medical value. That one change opens the door for a totally new player to step in, such as Big Pharma. And it says, what I was looking up says that pharmaceutical companies are not trying to sell joints, eighths, or ounces. It's not like they're trying to sell weed. But the way they do it is by turning cannabinoids into prescription drugs. So once marijuana is Schedule 3, pharma companies can run FDA trials. That means THC pills, CBD sprays, sleep meds made from CBN, PTSD treatments with exact THC ratios. And the big difference is that those products can be prescribed by doctors and covered by insurance. Dispensary weed, still out of pocket. You can't patent, like, this is where I was actually worried, because people were talking about that they were going to start patenting stuff, so I wanted to know what they meant. Because I knew that you couldn't patent the flower, and so what it really means is you can't patent a plant, but you can patent isolated cannabinoids or the synthetic THC that they decide to make. Synthetic THC to CBD ratios, inhalers, patches, time-release pills, stuff like that.
Right.
So Big Pharma doesn't own cannabinoids, but they can own the approved way to use it. What was another big part here? What I was worried about, because I knew that it was going to be big changes for businesses, because, you know, I work at a medical marijuana place, and we're a bigger name, but we have, oh, yeah, I hated that when you were tripping all the time. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I understood. I was searching for something that I didn't need it for, and I realized that, and that's why I'm glad everything happens for a reason. I've been really looking at it. Yeah, and I'm great without it. Like, I even tell Chelsea, I don't think I'll ever do it again.
Yeah.
Like, I have no need for it. I don't think I'll ever do it again.
I don't think I've done it in like gosh, maybe 4 or 5 years.
It's been since I left mom's.
And I have like no desire to do it
like
because like I can find happiness in my day-to-day life.
Yeah,
and I just don't feel the desire to feel differently than what I do now.
I find happiness in my goals now, like me doing this and knowing
Right.
that I'm going to be each week that goes on, I'll be getting a little bit better and a little bit better, and then having an actual dream to pursue and a goal to reach is something that I take a lot of pride and a lot of joy
Right.
in now.
Exactly.
But so anyway, for small businesses in the cannabis section of this, for big business corporations, this could mean partnerships and buyouts. For small growers, caregivers, and independent dispensaries, this is where it gets rough. FDA compliance costs millions. Insurance-backed pharma cannabis will always have an advantage, and caregiver growth systems, especially in states like Michigan, could be targeted. Definitely will. We have a really high rate of we're and not trying to be offensive. We some fiends. We love weed.
Yeah, baby.
Adult use versus medical use. The important distinction is that adult use cannabis isn't going anywhere anytime soon. People will still buy the weed. They have the weed the way they always have, but medical cannabis, that side of the industry, is slowly shifting from dispensaries to prescriptions, which is where it's going to get tricky, because now the more legal it gets, the more that the government's going to try to dip their hands into it.
Mm-hmm.
And so rescheduling isn't a takeover, it's a transition. Cannabis doesn't disappear, it just splits into two paths. One path is adult use, culture-driven, consumer-based weed. The other is pharmaceutical cannabis, patented, prescribed, insured, and tightly controlled. And which path wins long-term is going to depend on policy, pressure, and how much attention people are paying. So rescheduling sounds like a win-win in some ways. It is, but in other ways, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. But whenever Big Pharma shows up, it's not because they love the plan, it's because they see a product. Once they're in, the rules start changing. And that I had to put into my own words because I looked up like 6 different sites about it, trying to learn about it, and I basically just started writing it out and had it revised. But yeah, so a lot's changing. We're going to end up with laws that people aren't used to that are going to start coming into play. I'm worried I'm worried not really for my job, because luckily we're like the mecca of marijuana in Michigan.
Right.
And so we don't really have anything to worry about big wise. However, smaller businesses and smaller companies, and like they said, like I was reading, caregivers and stuff like that, they're going to have to deal with this basically fucking with their entire lives. And
Yeah.
as soon as they start patenting different shit, especially when they start like pulling out synthetic shit, which is what was hurting people over in Florida. I was hearing horror stories. I mean, hell, we have a documentary out, kind of, that we did with Netflix that talks about how Delta 8 is basically, it's fucking people up because they're taking hemp, and instead of just using marijuana, they're taking hemp and adding some other fucking compounds to it to make it to where you can get high off of it. And whatever's in those is fucking with people. And
yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, the one story I heard turned a kid into agoraphobic, and agoraphobia means that you just can't leave the house. You're so terrified of everything around you now, you cannot leave the house.
Wow.
You're almost in a constant state of panic.
That scares me because my niece, in North Carolina, she used to smoke that shit all the time.
The Delta 8 stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Because that's the only thing that they could get their hands on.
Exactly.
Down there.
And that's what sucks, is like, why is it? Because hemp and marijuana are the exact same plant. It's just that one's a male, the other's a female. You get high off the female. The male is what we make hemp and brick and clothing and rope. We can make all kinds of stuff out of it.
Right.
It's just, we've gone down from paper industries way back in the day having a big problem with hemp being way easier to distribute, not just distribute, but process, because hemp only takes a few months to grow a fuck ton of it rather than cutting down a bunch of trees. And I will do more research on that. Like I said, I definitely can't wait to have people who have looked into this more on here so I can talk to them about how
for sure
it's really evolved over the years and where we're heading next. But the rescheduling is definitely going to bring about change, and I'm excited and super nervous because I'm glad that we're taking a step in the right direction. But like I said, Big Pharma, as soon as they show up, shit's going to change. Like, it might almost do this counter reaction thing where after it becomes fully legal, we don't even really go to dispensaries unless we do our major research on them, because then we might just go back to caregivers who have the full right to do what they wanted to do now and full scope to do it, because I just don't know if I can trust big pharma with my marijuana. I'm not trying to smoke anything synthetic when I know it's just as easy as putting a plant in the ground, feeding it some water and a little bit of food, and smoking it.
It also sounds like they're trying to like control how much you smoke a day.
Right. Well, in prescription wise, they will. Like, it'll almost be like, you need this for anxiety or whatever. So here's 10 pack of gummies. Each one's 10 milligrams. So you have 100 milligrams and 10 gummy, or throughout 10 gummies. So take one or half a gummy a day. And for some people, like my friend Lexi, damn, I was really hoping she'd show up to this one, but I'm sure she'll be in another one. But Lexi, she literally can't handle more than like half to one gummy. One little 5 milligram. It'll fuck her up. And don't get me wrong, ever since I've been having my little anxiety attacks because of everything, I drank those Buzzins on my last show.
Yeah.
And I drank 1.5 of those. So I had 150 milligrams of
oh shit.
Of, like, I can't remember what it's called. It starts with an H. A's help me out. I know you know it, but it's the different part of it's a different effect that it has on your body when you ingest it. And so afterwards, I was upstairs, couch locked, just like, fuck, and just shaking my legs, shaking the house up, because it helps. No, I mean, I was good. It's just I'm working through it, because I love that marijuana helps me slow down a little bit. It calms my mind down. It helps take care of my anxiety. But what I've been noticing that this is doing is it's helping me understand that, bro, everything's good in moderation. Like, you do not need to smoke a fucking pound a day.
Right.
You do not need to smoke 50 blunts an hour. Like, just, like, enjoy it. If you like the high, then like the high. Smoke a little bit. Once you get there, you're good. And, like, what we were just doing, as long as I'm staying at this pace, I'm great. I'm at a great level. It just changes. And with us getting stronger with weed, I'm excited, and also hydroxy 11 THC. Love you, babe. So, yeah, he knows. He's got it. I can't wait. I'm going to have him actually come on here again and talk about, like, what he used to do and how he used to sell products, because he worked at the actual dispensaries.
Okay.
And he's the one that saved, like, Chelsea's knee with the transdermal compound, which is it's like a rub-on stuff, like an ointment. And he sold us on that shit, man. I fell in love with it. Nah, get stupid always. Full send. Yeah, right? Hey, look, like I said, being a dad has really switched my mind around. I don't like getting fucked up anymore, because now my brain is always like, what if something happens to Daisha? What if I need to get Daisha somewhere? Like, so I can't push myself to those limits like I used to before, when it was just me. Like, I just had to take care of myself and shit. And I was like, I'll make it. And if I don't, woo, like, I didn't care. But now it's like, no, I have a human I have to take care of and show the great values of life and turn into a great human for this world to keep continuing being a great place. And so I have things I got to do now.
Yeah, priorities.
Hashtag prioritize. Man, I know it sounds crazy, but I would have loved to have Grandma and Grandpa on this thing one day.
I know. Wouldn't that have been awesome?
I mean, they'd have just been like, what's Hotbox about it? I've been like, oh, just because it's hot stuff we're talking about. Like, it's real, it's
right.
with it. I'd have just lied my ass off. I'd have actually cleaned stuff up and been like, I understand, guys, but but I would love to have them
for
on.
today, this is what it is.
Same, dude. I get nervous with Ember, Emby, Alyssa. I feel you. I do. Becoming a parent, I'm so obsessed and into it. Like, I don't care about this stuff anymore.
Right. I get it.
I enjoy the little bits of it, but I don't fucking need it anymore. Like,
yeah. No, I understand.
I get immense amounts of joy from Daisha. That is exactly the right mindset. You used to laugh at me for that, but I'm so happy you understand now. Yeah, I was a punk ass kid. I really was. I understand. I really, dude, I hate it because I was always like, I'm so different. I'm fucking different. And then I look at all this stuff. Different. And I was in my own way, but what I mean is, like, I thought I was so much brighter than the parents and older people around me. And in some ways I was. But in 99% of the other ways, where it was talking about life and shit, it's like, you dumb motherfucker. I'm old. I've literally lived through this. Like, yeah, so I didn't listen. I was just building my own path. I had to I was the man with the fucking chisel and the marble. I was carving myself out into who I wanted to be, which meant I had to do it myself. And then I learned the hard way, but now it's like, I get it.
Right.
I totally get it.
I think we all have those moments, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's growing up,
Just like
right?
Mom said, we all do.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's growing up. I totally feel like I've, when it comes down to really thinking about it, like one of those things I said that I realized during my head opening up and asking questions. It's like, you ever have that feeling where you just feel like you've been here before?
Yeah, deja vu.
Yeah, not just deja vu, but like, you know that you just have a feeling that you've definitely been on this plane more than one time.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's weird to say, but the way I've always told Chelsea is, this is my last one. Like, this is my last time. I feel like I've understood now. Like, through this life, all I've ever wanted to do, the voice in my head that I had when I was 5, when I remember my first memory, like my very first memory that came to me that I can remember as far back as I can think, I was like 4 or 5. And I was getting out of bed at Manton. And I remember my room, how it looked. I remember the Pokemon blanket that was on my bed. I remember everything. Staring down the hall, and that was my first memory, as I got up and I was getting ready for school, and that's all I remember. But that was my first memory. And ever since then, my consciousness hit.
Yeah. I think mine was one of my birthdays.
Yeah.
And I was going to eat chapstick, and you were really mad at me, and you didn't want me to eat the chapstick. And I think you had like looked away. I can't remember if I did or if I didn't eat the chapstick.
Was it a green chapstick?
I don't know, but it tasted
know,
so
yeah.
good.
I bet. No, I remember those chapsticks because they were the fruitiest. They smelled so fruity. They were like 42-cent fucking ones, though.
Yeah.
The ones that are like right at the front of the gas station.
We were in Grandpa's living room, like laying on the floor in front of the TV over by like their entertainment center.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I was pretty little. I don't know how long ago that was, but that's one of my firsts. I was eating chapstick.
Jesus God. I do remember that. Still have the Pokemon sheets and probably the bedspread too. I know, I love that. I really do.
Yeah. The
Stuff
Pokemon
sticks in my
sheets
head.
stick around as well as the SpongeBob one.
Yeah. It was just, that's when my consciousness hit, and that's when I remember, and ever since then, ever since I was that little, all I remember being like is, I just want to help people. Like, I want people to feel happy, and I've always felt that way. So that's what's told me. I've been here so many times that I've learned that, like, I don't want to fuck you over because I feel like I'm just fucking myself over. Like, that's probably me in another life, and I'm just fucking myself over, and I'm tired of being that anchor. I want to be the person. I told Chelsea, and it sounds weird, I told her one time, I'm like, you know, I know I'm probably going to die from saving somebody, but I'm weirdly okay with that. And I just left it at that, and it was a weird time. I think we were tripping, but I was just like, you know, I know I'm going to die from saving somebody, but I'm okay with that. And that's how I left it. And then I got this tattoo on my hand, my green life, my Mario tattoo. It has 0 on it. And the reason behind that is because of what I just told you. I believe that this is my last time here. I'm out of lives. I am definitely done on this plane because I understand that, like, we're just here to help each other, man. And if we can all just Rodney King fucking get along, if we can just come together as an actual species, we will do incredible things.
Right.
Imagine how far we'd be as a fucking race if we just didn't have all these distractions and all this diversity. We would be on other planets right now. We'd have created other fucking entities. We'd have done amazing things.
Right. We
are such an impressive species, and I love people because they never cease to amaze me, and humanity never ceased to amaze me. In both ways, because, you know, yin and yang, but it's just, I can't wait because I know we're moving in the right direction. Something's holding us back. Something's trying to hold us back, but we're waking up.
Where's your other half of your yin?
Oh, right here.
There it is.
Yep.
I couldn't ever remember where it was at.
It's on my left arm. My arm of my visions. My right arm is my belief of, that's why I got this. I don't know if I ever told my mom this, but it comes in waves, bud. You guys get a bit too quiet. But
It's because we're high.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And we're getting deep, so I'm sorry. I'll get a little louder. But this tattoo right here, which was done by Yancey, and I told Yancey he needed to be the one to do this. This was a big part of it to me. Yancey needed to do this tattoo because the tattoo is an hourglass running out of time in a different dimension of space, which I've always believed exists. That there's another plane I don't see.
Right.
And memento mori, which literally I've wanted to learn Latin, and I want to learn how to like read and write Latin.
Latin would be cool.
Memento mori means remember that you have to die. And so, because I was getting to a point all the time where I was going to parties, I told you I was going way too hard. I was like,
right.
I literally thought I was just going to die every weekend. But I was going out like me. And then one day I woke up, I swear it was like 23, 24. One day I woke up and I was just like, I really do got to do something. Like, I'm going to be here. I have a life I want to live. I have things I want to do.
Right.
And marks I want to make on this earth. Like, so I got the tattoo, or I think I was, I can't remember how old I was, but I got the tattoo and I had Yancey do it because I was like, this is to remind me to stop being stupid. Like, this is to remind me that I need to remember that I'm not invincible. I'm not
right.
immortal. I need to remember that I can die. And now I look at it and I think about Daisha a lot because it's like, I need to be here.
Right.
And so.
Yeah, you do.
So yeah, I'm a big fucking tattoo enthusiast. I love my tattoos because they're my memories and my future and my past and everything all wound up. And so when I die, everybody bring your favorite fucking peeler. Take your pick. But other than that, I think I'm gonna cut it off. I know we've been going for a little over an hour, but I gotta get ready for bed. I gotta make sure Dacia's changed.
Yeah.
Gotta do the dad thing.
Gotta do the dad thing. Gotta get ready for tomorrow.
Yep. Got work
stuff.
and all that. But I do want to thank everybody for coming out. I really appreciate it. I actually think this episode has been amazing. I know it's a little short, but I had a fun time. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you for coming out. Thanks for all the fucking information there, Ace. And thanks for talking about anime with me. I really love doing this. It really does help me. This is like my personal therapy, I swear to God, every week.
I love that.
Love you all, though. I hope you're having a nice night. Please take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Oh, and as always, be yourself, and you'll always be on the right path.